with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News NOWCAST.
Good afternoon, I'm Elspeth Meisner, and thanks so much for joining us for your Erie News Now Weekend NOWCAST. We start with new information today. As employers struggle to find workers, people collecting unemployment will have to prove they're now looking for work. Starting today and going forward, if you want to collect unemployment, you have to show proof that you've applied for at least 2 jobs and participated in a career event every week. Now, these work search or career events could include many things, such as attending a job fair, searching for open positions on CareerLink, or using an employment agency. The state wants to get more and more people back to work, so it's making it even harder for people to get the benefits if they're on unemployment.
Beginning Sunday, individuals will self-certify that they have completed the work search requirement during the process to file for benefits, and they should keep a log of their work search activities in case they are selected for an audit.
These unemployment benefits do expire in September. More information on the benefits and the changes can be found on our website, erienewsnow.com. Well, Sundays are typically a time when many people are at church or celebrating Sunday Mass, and starting on August 15th, which is the Feast of the Assumption in the Catholic Church, all practicing Catholics are asked to return to Mass. When the pandemic first hit, they were excused from attending Sunday Mass obligations. As more and more things opened up, Masses and parishioners have returned, but it still wasn't mandatory to go. Recently, bishops across the state met to agree to reinstate the Sunday obligation on August 15th. Although local churches have seen good numbers so far, they worry not everyone will return.
People are going to come when they're comfortable, when they feel that they can be here and be comfortable in the group. And I would say right now we have about 75% of our people back. Some people are yet not comfortable, and other people are simply not going to come back.
Certainly interesting information there. Coming up tonight on Erie News Now at 6 o'clock, hear from Bishop Lawrence Persico's thoughts on what this new news could mean for the entire Erie Diocese. And sticking with church news, as local churches prepare to return to that normalcy after the pandemic, some are still facing those financial challenges after dealing with a year of smaller congregations. So trying to find ways to help out the community and help themselves a little bit as well. So if you're looking for what's for dinner tonight, they might have the answer. The Knights of Columbus at Sacred Heart Parish are hosting a chicken dinner today. It started at noon and goes until 5 o'clock this evening, all trying to make up for some of the losses that were caused by the pandemic. You can visit Sacred Heart Church on West 26th Street in Erie today to pick up a chicken dinner meal. That will be complete with chicken, baked beans, potato salad, and a cookie. The event runs from noon until 5, so you still have a few more hours to go. And the dinners cost $12. Organizers say that after all the planning, they're just happy to help serve the community and can't wait to have some of their customers come back. And now turning to news out in Crawford County, Titusville is still cleaning up today after rainwater flooded the downtown area. The rain forced the shutdown of many businesses and streets. Some areas got as much as 2 feet of standing water. Our Kristen Allen has the story from Crawford County.
Flood cleanups got underway Saturday evening in Titusville after rushing rainwater left businesses and city streets closed.
Rain started around 1 p.m. or so, and around that time we got a call for flooded roadways.
This is a photo from around 3 p.m. Saturday. A little over a foot of rainwater rushed through the heart of the city. Several businesses here on Franklin Street were forced to close their doors early today. One business owner even tells me he had as much as 5 feet of water in his basement.
The redevelopment authority brought big pumps and started pumping out. We still have a few more inches of water downstairs to get out.
Fat Chad's Tap and Steakhouse was one of the businesses forced to close. Now, just hours after the flood, he's assessing the restaurant's damage.
There was just a lot of water. I had a lot of stuff off the ground, but it got in our fermentation tanks and all that.
Titusville Iron Works is another business dealing with a muddy mess. A foot of water stood in this building. They couldn't believe how quickly it all happened.
When we came in, the first thing we did was kind of laugh, and then we're like, we can do this.
In order to save the space for this high school reunion, the Ironworks team and classmates worked together to get the building drained.
It took a lot of manpower, like 40, 50 people came together, and we did it.
We're also told that the Red Cross was in Titusville today helping out people, both with cleaning up and with the flooding concerns as well. We have a link on our website, erienewsnow.com, for more information about how you can help, or if you need help, how you can get in touch with them as well. Well, the heavy rain and high water caused a team of 6 kayakers to go missing in the waters of French Creek yesterday afternoon as well. They were reported missing around 12:45 near the Creekside restaurant at routes 19 and 6N. Waterford Fire Chief John Orr says the rescue crews pulled 4 kayakers out, but 2 others were still missing. Water rescue teams from Northeast and Lake City joined in with the search along with the Cambridge Springs scuba team. The pair was later spotted downstream about 45 minutes later. They managed to get to shore safely. The chief says kayaking during these heavy rains is simply not smart.
I would stay off the French Creek right now at this time. We've had quite a few incidents already on this creek within the last 5 days. The water is high, and it's very hard to, and this creek is known to change in an instant, just like Lake Erie.
And good news that all 6 kayakers were okay and there were no injuries to report. Sticking with the effects of that heavy rain we experienced in our area on Saturday, arts organizations with outdoor plans really had to struggle to keep up with the ever-changing weather conditions, and that includes the Chautauqua Lake Pops. They already faced a few obstacles trying to get ahead of their season of concerts starting. On Saturday night's concert, they were supposed to have a concert on the floating stage, but it had to be canceled. The Chautauqua Lake Pops, is the former Bemis Bay Pops, which relocated to Mayville. Their season was already delayed when they learned they needed a special permit to operate. Lawmakers helped them get that approval for at least the summer, and then the heavy rains came, which set things back even again this weekend.
Of course, today, it's just been nothing but like a flood zone. So we thought it was best to just cancel the show for today. We're rescheduling the Journey show for July 25th, and we're going to do an afternoon show on Sunday because that's when the band was available.
The opening concert is now set for July 24th at 8 p.m. It's a tribute to Queen called Queen Flash. Certainly looks like an exciting event there. Back here in Erie County, however, the Erie Playhouse has had to adapt a lot throughout the pandemic, especially with opening and closing restrictions. And they've had to adapt once again, especially with that dreary weather we are experiencing, forcing their show to move from the outside to the inside. This weekend's production of Into the Woods was supposed to be held outdoors in Mill Creek. But the constant rain put a stop to those plans, forcing the show to be moved into the Playhouse Theater. Crews worked around the clock to get the set onto the stage and everything in place in time. Cast members say it wasn't an easy endeavor, but they're certainly proud of how hard everybody worked together to keep the show running.
It's like summer stock, or not even summer stock, more like a road show where you're going into a town and you don't know where you're going or what you're going to be performing on. And this cast has just been terrific with adapting.
And if you missed the show, there is still one more opportunity to see it. The showtime is tonight at 6:30 p.m. People also escaped the rain for indoor activities yesterday as they filed inside the Hagen History Center for its grand reopening weekend. There were crowds of people taking in all the new exhibits and all the new changes. There are new exhibits to explore like the servants' quarters, Frank Lloyd Wright's office and car, and Oliver Hazard Perry's telescope and sword. There's also live music to be played outside. Organizers say this weekend was geared more towards family with the live music, the coloring, and activities for children.
We have some hands-on experiences this time, which that's exciting, but I just think it's a good way to get the family together and have that outing together.
And that free admission continues today. The museum opened at 11 a.m. and is open until 4, so a few more hours to head out there if you want to go see some of those new exhibits at the Hagen History Center. Well, that does it for this edition of the Erie News Now Weekend Nowcast. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to tune in to Erie News Now at 6 o'clock for all the latest news, weather, and sports. Have a great Sunday.